Welcome back. So we're asking, now, the two gentlemen in the studio are still talking about how the February 20th elections in Imo State could not hold. They had to be shifted here and there. One says INEC was compromised. The other says INEC wasn't compromised. The party was not prepared. But hey, do we really need to have rerun elections? And how did we get to this point where we're seeking for rerun? How is it that the politicians will not accept defeat when they lose out in an election and wait for the next election? But before I bring them back on, let's look at this tweet here. IC Kandem says, the APC man says the PDP is in charge of INEC, yet he's claiming credibility for good elections. The common thing in Nigeria is that rerun elections are conducted when the ruling party is on the verge of losing. That's Busari Abubakar. So, how did we get to this point? Do we need rerun elections at all?
We do need rerun election if the process that has produced somebody is not correct. For instance, you could win election. Look, let's take the one we're talking about, for instance. You disenfranchise the political party. The name did not come up in the ballot paper. In fact, the ballot paper meant for Imo East was brought to Imo North. That's this same place that is being rerun. Is that not sufficient enough to have a rerun election? Rerun elections do not only happen when the candidates themselves said, we do not want. That election that brought this particular election now ought not to have happened in the first instance. Because our court party's logo was not in that, so the person has been disenfranchised from day one. Ballot paper meant for another senatorial zone was brought another senatorial zone in the same election.
And the election still held.
And the election still had, in matter of fact,
how is it that the political parties did not notice that the
we did notice, and we called. You know what they told us? Oh, don't worry, the election will be held the following day. And by the night of the morning of that day, results are being called on the same thing they have told us. That's what I'm telling you. If the process is not right, there's no way you can call that an election. So rerun becomes very inevitable in circumstances like that.
Do you agree with him?
How can I agree with him? You see,
no fault it.
What he's trying to say concerning the customized ballot papers. Ballot papers, it's not a must that ballot papers must be customized. INEC is charged with conducting free and credible elections, free and fair elections. In as much as it's fair, it's credible. The customization of ballot papers is not, I don't really want to go into this because the tribunal decided on it and the appeal court decided on it. But what I'm actually trying to say is that we are going to have free and fair elections once INEC, the police, the various prosecuting bodies start hitting hard on electoral offenders. For example, let me tell you something. Certain sections of the Electoral Act were violated by these APC supporters who closed down INEC office Owerri on the 19th. They robbed, they beat people up, they did a whole lot of things. So many sections of the Electoral Act was breached. That's not a question. If INEC and police, if they come down hard on these perpetrators of this February 19th violence, I am trying to tell you that this rerun election coming up will be violence-free.
No, the question was, I agree. The question was, do we even need to get rerun elections? Can't we just get it once right? One time, right?
We can get it once and for all. We can get it right once and for all. It's like look at Chief David Mark. He won his election cleanly. Instead of this other guy conceding, he's taking him now to the tribunal.
You can't say that.
No, what I'm actually saying is, you see, they don't concede. Okay, watch. Let me give you an example, a sterling example, clear example that everybody in Nigeria knows of. PDP lost in 2015. Goodluck Jonathan said, I will never go to court. Goodluck Jonathan never went to court. No, never went to tribunal, never went to from the appeal court. He never went to court. He said, no, I lost. Take. So why can't these people toe the line of, how many PDP people have you seen being defeated and then they will go to court? We concede. It is only APC that will never, these people will never concede.
Okay, all right.
All
right, hold on.
Yes.
He says something. He says we cannot get it right if prosecuting powers do not come hard on electoral offenders. That's what I want to pick out from there. In other words, if the prosecuting powers can come hard on electoral offenders, then there won't be need to do reruns, because these things, people will not even want to go break the laws and all of that. Do you agree with that?
I don't have any problem in the law taking its course on anybody who has broken the law. That's not a problem. That's not an issue. And that's not why we're here. The reason we are here is rerun elections. Are they even necessary?
What he
and
said
I'm saying yes, they are necessary.
Do you hear what he said? That we will get to the point where we will not need rerun elections if the powers that be do their jobs effectively.
But that's a very big if. And that's the same question I'm telling you. That's the same issue I'm telling you. That Nigerians as a people have to take a decision to call INEC, to rise up to the occasion and answer the name independence. If you are independent, you must be able to live up to that name.
When you said something about INEC being controlled by the PDP for 16 years, what's the guarantee that INEC will not be controlled by the APC for the next?
The result is showing, and I'm happy he admitted in his own words.
No, I didn't admit.
Hold on. Hold on. You admitted that elections have been held in the present dispensation. Reruns have been held. And this party, they've won. And why did they win? And I asked you a question when we started this program. That hitherto, from 1999 to 2015, was it the case?
Yes,
and I said to you that the moment you have PDP ticket is almost as sure that you're going to be a senator, a federal house member, or a governor.
In other words, there'll be no reruns.
Of course.
Because the reruns were minimal.
You didn't have to,
so how is it that the reruns are so many?
Because they were in control. And the PDP and INEC were one and the same. It is now that's what I'm telling you about change. When you see change, and people seem to misunderstand change, change is the only thing that can bring progress in any society.
So someone asked the question, Ifeok Abasi says, I'm not a politician, but I wonder how PDP controlled INEC and President Jonathan lost.
How they controlled INEC and President Jonathan? I told you, there's a conglomeration of intellectual property that we brought to bear. It was overwhelming. Everybody was tired of PDP. They became arrogant in power to the extent of saying they were going to rule for 60 years. We're not in this country, did you hear it? And Nigerians just looked at it and said, enough was enough.
I have a right of reply.
And that was exactly what happened.
Sir, please, if I can come in here. Under PDP, ACN swept the whole of the Southwest. Even under PDP, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was governor for 8 years. Under PDP, Labour Party won in Ondo State. Under PDP, AMPP held several parts of the north. So what are we talking of here? Under PDP, Abga won in Anambra State. Abga won in Imo State. Governor Rochas Okorocha was first elected under Abga. He won in 2011 before he switched over to APC. On the same PDP, he's demonizing that they are controlling INEC. PDP considered all this. Just take. Once you win, you take. But what is happening? Ordinary Bayelsa State, Southern Ijowa local government, because PDP was winning. Now they want to manufacture 100,000 votes to overturn the other areas that PDP won. No. You have your right of reply. You have your right of reply. Let me finish, sir. Now he is saying PDP controlled INEC. Yes, PDP controlled INEC in his words. So ACN swept the whole of Southeast. Labour Party won, AMPP won there, Abga won in the East, yet PDP. His principle, the man he is supporting, the former Speaker of Imo State, who is of APC extraction, came into office under PDP. So is he now implying that that his man was controlling PDP? Is that what he's trying to tell us now? That is what he's telling us. Let him come directly and say, yes, when my man won, he was in control of INEC. Let him say it here.
Well, this is not the statement.
Okay. No, it is. It is part of the discussion. Let's trash it out here.
I can tell you. Let me give you a typical example of what I'm talking about. In 2015 election, 2015 governorship, let me use that for instance. We were leading in 20 out of 27 local governments. We have 22 House members with only three local governments. 56,000 votes were returned in one local government. A local government prior that had never returned up to 10,000 votes. And with 3 local governments, the whole state was held hostage. With 3 local governments, the whole state was pushed into a rerun election with 3 local governments because of manufactured votes. And who manufactured these votes? These same people they have brought to come and conduct the 20th senatorial election. And if you were in our position, what would you do?
All right, gentlemen. Let me just take these tweets quickly so that I give you a closing remark, so you have to go. Pt.3 says, in my opinion, INEC should conduct only one general election because a rerun can cause corruption in the process. That's his own, that's Pt.3. So, gentlemen, as we wind down, your closing statement, since you opened first.
Okay, my closing statement is that we are focusing on Imo North for that the coming rerun election to be free, credible, fair. INEC should please revisit the incident of the 19th February 2016 and punished all those who organized, funded, and participated in that drama where INEC officials and even the INEC whole structure was held hostage. Somebody has to pay a price because the nation is paying a price for it. The nation is paying for reprinting ballot boxes, rejigging security, and other logistics. So there must be a price for this. So until some of these things, like I said, until an example is set, these things will continue. So for us to get it right, the authorities concerned, whether it's INEC or police or the military, should come down hard on those who are
all right. Who are causing this?
Yes,
right.
yes.
I'm happy as a lawyer. The issue of peaceful protest is a right of every individual. When you think your right has been breached, it's the right of every individual. And in this case, like I stated, on the 20th, the 19th, when materials were going to be collected, our people have seen already a compromised electoral process. The same set of people that committed mayhem for 2015 elections, we are brought to do exactly the same thing. Ballot papers were printed locally by local contractors. The resources it was already in the hands of the opposition, and all this we saw and we knew. And the question I keep asking, you find yourself in that situation and you're going for a rerun election based on that. Is the result not already known? And the moment the result has been announced, it's only the tribunal or the court that can set it aside.
Okay. Thank you very much. We've been speaking in the studio. Emeka Ihejirika, a member of the People's Democratic Party, and Chike Ojiako, a member of the All Progressives Congress. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you.
Before we go, let's see if we can take this 1-2 tweet quick. Rosemary Murray says, this trend of elections being rerun shows incompetence on the part of the politicians. I mean, what's wrong in accepting defeat? Godly Hard Quote says, the problem is that the majority of the people that destroyed Nigeria in the last 16 years are now in the APC. Well, that's his opinion and all. Aripo Serial says, until INEC is truly independent and politicians are made to face the consequences of their actions, we can never get it right. That's Face Up for tonight. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your day. Till bring another edition. Bye-bye.